Okay, thank you to me as always. Here we go. Cold away final. All the tricks that mattered. Says Lorenzo's first move. Double loop, wasn't it? With a really late back rotation. And here is Andrea's boogie S loop. And you can see the 5 meter. Still pulling like a train through that last bit. Here's Timo, which I think is important just for reference. You know, that's how high he's going on a cent jump on a 6. And that was how high old mate was going. Next up, here's Lorenzo. And I've put this in because it's just going to be adding to his variety at the end, isn't it? It's part of the recipe. You know, it's like nutmeg. Yeah, you don't think it's important, but it is. Then, this was his first scoring move that ends up on his scoreboard. Double loop board off, 8.47. And I think that score shows that the judges are really liking technicality over height at this point. Then he goes and pops a little boogie double loop, doesn't he? Which the stream just about catches. And then he comes out and boshes a back roll S loop. That's banging, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure you're probably wondering, why aren't you showing us any of Andrea's tricks? Mate, he hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. In fairness, he has done this, which is a contra loop late front board off, but that doesn't end up in his top 3, even though no one's ever done it before. Lorenzo leads the first 9 minutes of this heat. And Andrea, well, he's not a huge fan of that. So he just starts going for S-loop board-offs, and that one looked like it was miles away, and I was like, he's never going to do that. And then Lorenzo finds untapped height. No idea how he went that high, and goes for a rodeo S-loop, the other way of doing the board-off. The panic settles a little bit, and then Andrea does the world's first S-loop board-off. Yeah. Let's have it again. Why not? Just treat ourselves a little bit. We've earned it, really. Then he comes out with this. This is his next scoring move. He hasn't scored, no, none of the tricks you've seen until those past 2 have actually ended up as his highest 3 scores. So that was a boogie double loop. And then that is his last highest scoring move, which is a bit weird, isn't it? I didn't think that was that impressive. Anyway, these are the dying moments. So Lorenzo there just going for something on the inside. And then that, people, is the snake loop. Let's see it again. The S loop with an extra rotation. Here it is again in slow motion because you blatantly don't understand it, even though you've seen it twice and once on the live stream. Actually, no, sort of missed it really, didn't it? And once more for good measure, nice big dollop of nutmeg. So there you can see the S, and then he just continues with the kite in that same direction. Okay, now draw with your finger in the sky, and you'll realise how loose that is. He needs to be going so high for that to catch him. My favourite thing about it is that this was the first time he'd ever attempted it, right? And he chose to do it with a boogie loop. So you can see there, he's backwards. So he's actually watching a backwards S with an extra row. So try and do that with your finger and all of it. I just don't know how he got his head around it. And as he comes out of that rotation, you can see him kicking the board off there. And that, folks, is why he wears a helmet. Thank you to me as always, and to the bloke that managed to actually get it on camera. We'll see you in the next one. Maybe not with the bloke, but I'll be there. Cheers.